are live. What is up, guys? Today we are bringing you the Batman Begins Red Pill Lands movie review. I'm still a little sick, so apologies in advance for the fucked up voice and the sniffles and the coughing and the everything else. I did hit a new PR yesterday though in the gym. I was doing leg day yesterday and did some new hit some new PRs on Bulgarian split squats and Romanian deadlifts. So that felt great. I felt like shit. I haven't felt this bad since I've had COVID. That was in January of 21 or 22. Or no, I think it was 21. Yeah, I had a fucking shitty time. I was like sweating at night. Woke up like in a puddle of my own sweat in bed. It's fucking disgusting. And same thing's happening again. I'm just sweating profusely, drinking a lot of these Propel Gatorade bottles because they taste good, and I'm able to down 20 of them in an hour or so. I'm getting better though, feeling good. All right, let's jump right into it. So this movie, you know what's crazy is I didn't really watch this movie coming up. I watched it later on in my teen years because I was never a DC fan. I never really liked Superman or Batman or whatever. I knew they were there growing up in my childhood, but it was never something that I cared to follow, right? It was just always in proximity, these movies, these DC movies. So I watched it later on in my teen years, and I was like, yo, I missed out because these shits are lit. But they're also more adult kind of films. Dark Knight trilogy, I don't really see how a kid would understand other than just Batman going around fighting people, right? It is pretty adult centric, which can be to its benefit or to its detriment, depending on how you want to view it. But yeah, no, these films are awesome. There's nothing bad about these films, other than these breakdowns. I do have a few nitpicky things that I have with this film, but it's just a character development film, really. So what else can I say? I'm gonna do the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises later on, so I could get this like trilogy out the way, and I'm just gonna be reviewing like cool movies that I've always found interesting, and I'd want to do a Red Pill Lens review on them. All right, enough of that intro. Let's jump into it. So first things first, we have Mr. Bruce Wayne in a compound in a jail, like some Chinese Asian jail, and he seems depressed and seems to lack identity, right? And normally we see that with people that don't accept the burden of performance because they're just kind of wandering. They don't have anything to live for. And we see that he's still being bothered over the death of his parents. And sure, that really, I can only imagine that'll impact someone, especially someone from a young age like that. But he has everything thrown at him, and later on in the film, Carmine Falcone gives him like a good speech, like, "Yo, people like you don't know what you have because you're only focused on like one little thing." He's basically telling him like, you have everything, but you're still focused and hung up on your dead parents. Like, how dumb can you be, right? So yeah, he's lacking identity. He needs to work on something, right? And this is good because we're seeing him on a path to find that something. So he already has Max Trinity, although he didn't work for it, other than his looks and fighting. Well, looks, yeah, in the sense of physicality and his fighting stuff. But we see that Alfred has been a good positive masculine role for him, like a rock for Bruce when he's been down. And he's been guiding him to accept the burden of performance too. But it wasn't until he got out of that Chinese compound and met and trained with Ra's al Ghul that he finally realized, yo, I shouldn't be attacking people or trying to be a vigilante. I should be protecting them and trying to rebuild them and fight for the people of Gotham, which is when he decides to backstab Ra's al Ghul, go back to Gotham and start his own thing. So he accepts the burden of performance as Batman. Um, I do want to kind of backpedal a little bit. He has a he has frame. His first scene, we do a little flashback when he's back in Gotham before he goes to China. Um, he has frame in his first scene with Rachel. He tells her that he wants his parents' murderer to die and be convicted, go to jail, and not be let go because he's gonna be let go free because he's going to snitch on Carmine Falcone, and the DA's office really needs someone to use as evidence against them, right? So, yeah, he doesn't cower away. He speaks his mind and tells her what he needs. So she like says, "Okay, whatever." She just ignores him. But that shows us their first interaction with his love interest. And then the next scene after that, we have Rachel and Bruce in a car, and he shows that he was gonna kill the guy himself. Then Rachel slaps him, and it shows Bruce having no frame. So it's weird how the first scene it showed he had frame, but now he doesn't have frame because it's just he's blue pill, I guess, because this is his childhood friend. You could tell he doesn't really see her as a crush until later on, but yeah, he's just blue pilled because that's his equal, right? So, but if you just never let a female that just any female put hands on you, man, or vice versa. Just there should never be any physical violence, even if it was in the heat of the moment and she's trying to, watch out for you. Still, don't accept it, man, because then there's a loss of respect there. There's that little chink in the armor where you have that loss of respect. Like, well, I hit him, and he kind of just bitched off that one time. So, yeah, never a good thing. Then we carry on back to when he accepted his burn-up performance as Batman as he comes back from China. He comes to his company's tower, the Wayne Tower, and the first interaction we see with him is as Bruce Wayne, like, finally with the burner performance, we see him interact with a female, the secretary, and he shows that he has gained and he understands his value, making him inherently RP aware in some sense, at least with strangers and his surroundings. So he's game aware, if that makes sense, right? He has her in a state of play right away, playing mini golf, showing her a good time, using Amuse Mastery. Look, this is how you hit the little mini golf ball, blah, blah, blah. Good with words. And he's also good with words with the big corporate guys. He's just, what the fuck? Where did he get this from? We didn't see this when he was in China or whatever, in this little prison. But now out of nowhere, he just got this. I'm curious to see where he got. Maybe it was just kind of rubbed off on him as he came up in these circles of big boss guys, big billionaires, so he kind of understood the role, which is cool. But he never killed the inner beta, which we'll see later on. So Alfred tells Bruce to act like a billionaire at this point because when he accepts his Batman burden, he's out there fighting crime and he's doing stuff that will make people suspicious of Bruce Wayne. As like, yo, where's this billionaire at night? Why is he getting bruised up? And there's this new Bat guy only at night fighting criminals, so they can put two and two together. So Alfred gives him advice conducive to his role as Batman, as to act like a billionaire, do stupid things, go out, have fun, whatever. But if a regular motherfucker got this advice, like a regular billionaire that's not Bruce Wayne, or just a regular guy in general, that's very bad advice. That's not RP advice. That's more blue pill. Go out there and have fun. That's what you hear from these, like, fucking blue pill colleges and shit, right? A regular guy needs to practice delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is something even I'm working on myself, right? Apologies for the solipsism, but yeah, everyone needs to work on that. Not just go out there, spend all your money, do whatever you'd like. Yeah, but it is conducive to his Batman role. Anyway, we carry on, and this is my favorite scene of the film, man. This shit just lives in my head rent free to this day, because this is just so out of left field, but it's also like spot on the character of Bruce Wayne. He pulls up to a hotel with a gray Lambo, man. This is the Mercy. This is the fucking V12, the fucking V12, the poster. The poster car we all had, the Mercy, man, in a gray. It's that color combination. I think it was like tan leather seats, those old man seats from back in the early 2000s. But I fucking love those seats, man. Those old people leather seats, they just look fucking amazing. And then the two bitches pulling up in the passenger seat. He pulls up in a Lambo, the V12, loud. Two bitches that don't even speak English. They're over here. They're probably like some Russian females or some shit. And then Bruce goes up to the valet, or the valet goes up to Bruce and says, "Nice car." And then Bruce says, "You should see my other ones." This implies that he has an abundance mindset. Again, inherently, just these little demonstrations of higher value show that Bruce Wayne is inherently RP aware. He has females, so he has no problem getting females, whether they were paid. Although I doubt they were paid, man. Well, could they be escorts? Cause they don't speak the language, and you know what? Nah, I can't do that to Bruce. Nah, I can't say that he must have like pulled. He must have just been driving his Lambo around New York or some shit, and passed by this ballerina bullshit, or maybe he was at some ballerina event or whatever, and his billionaire friend introduced him to the Russian mob guy, and Bruce Wayne said, "Well, what's up, Russian mob guy? I'm Bruce Wayne." And he said, "Oh yeah, I know who you are. Here, take two of my bitches, whatever. Have fun. You know, we'll be in touch." And Bruce says, like, "You know what it is. You know what time it is." So he probably took them to that hotel. I don't know, man. He couldn't have paid for them, man. There's no way. So yeah, he's showing that he's an abundance mindset. Look at my other cars. Look at my women. Look at this. Look at that. I don't care. I don't care if I lose it. I have plenty more to come. So in the middle of the scene, the females, they take off their presentable clothing, and they just jump into the pool. And some dumb little butler comes up and says, "Yo, Bruce, you can't have your females in the pool area. Control them, bro. Whatever." Like some fucking peon to Bruce Wayne. You're a peon. But in this case, Bruce shows amused mastery and an alpha zen alpha zen quality. Excuse me. An alpha zen quality, because he tells him, "Yo, I'm buying the hotel. Don't worry, we're changing the rules." And he turns around and jumps into the pool with the females. In this instance, he is holding on. He's like holding strongly to his identity, and he's holding a very strong frame, because he doesn't let some butler scare him off into, doing whatever, into, "Oh, little blue pill billionaire, you can't do that, whatever, you think you're all that." No, I'm gonna buy your hotel, I'm gonna change the rules, and I'm gonna jump into that pool myself with a full-blown tuxedo and leave my important meeting just because I need to assert dominance. That's fucking, holy fuck, that's Alpha Zen Buddha like. That's just, you can't make that shit up. You really can't. That's like that Corey Worthington shit where you see that video, you're just like, damn, Alpha Zen Buddha, like, what the fuck? So he naturally has that in him, and that's an ultimate demonstration of higher value. Really, it really is. He's holding his frame, And we carry on to the next scene in the hotel. All of that demonstration of higher value is almost erased in an instant when Rachel, right, his childhood friend, now apparently his crush, out of nowhere, because in the previous scenes he had with her, she was never his crush. And now she's his crush because he has these two Russian baddies. He has his hand over their back. Everything's controlled. He gives the valet guy a little tip. And then she says, Bruce? Like, yo, what the fuck? I'm about to enter the realm of the ultimate high value man. And he turns around and he gives her this look like, what the fuck? Is that Rachel? Where he's like, yo, I feel bad for doing all this shit. You can never apologize for being RP. You can't. He is showing vulnerability, and he thinks, and the blue pill mindset thinks that showing vulnerability is a form of game. It's a game tactic, and it's not. It's in it's the second book, Preventative Medicine. You can't throw away everything you worked for and try to show that, oh, I'm vulnerable, I'm this, I'm that, because he tries to open up to her and explicate to her his vulnerability, basically fully submitting to Rachel and saying what she sees isn't really him deep down, right? Because he's like, oh, this is all a mask, this isn't me deep down. And she gives him a good analogy of hypergamy not caring about what's in him deep down, right? No, we don't care about your vulnerability. She says to him, and this is actually the line that shows her that he's Batman, but it's what you do that defines you, and that's spot on. Even Rolo says in that chapter, right? They don't care about your vulnerability. You're always going to be judged by what you bring to the table, or what you do that defines you, right? So this movie, this female, literally explicates perfect hypergamy, or what hypergamy basically looks for. She's telling him overtly, yo, I don't care that about you being vulnerable to me. Show me this persona. Don't back down. Like, he doubled down. He agreed and amplified to that shitty butler. Why can't he agree and amplify with Rachel, showing her that he's the one in control? He's the one with frame. He's the one with amuse mastery, with command presence. And she wants it too. She wants to live that experience. She wants to live that life. She doesn't want some vulnerable guy to quit on her, right? Because she's basically saying, what do you bring to the table that will satisfy my hypergamy? Even though he has a max trinity, his idealistic love for her is turning her off, because she knows as soon as she accepts him, he will probably quit everything and just dedicate his life for her. At this point, she doesn't know he's Batman. So he's just another billionaire, young, dumb billionaire. So she knows, okay, this guy's vulnerable to me. I'm his crush. She knows she's in a position of authority, right? He submitted to her. That's it. That's a major. If we're on the chessboard, he let his queen die. Now it's just his king and some other little pawns or whatever. She knows she has the upper hand. But also with her having the upper hand, she knows, look, this guy has max trinity, whatever. But will that satisfy my hypergamy if I compromise my mating strategy? Because think about it. If they get married, she's gonna have to. They're both gonna have to compromise their mating strategy. Well, nah, not really. Not for the female. Yeah, they will. Okay, but she's like, do I want to let go of my last few years with this beta bucks guy? Because he in this instance, in her eyes, he's the ultimate beta bucks guy. He's the ultimate. He has some red pill qualities here and there, but deep down he's a beta, and she sees it right through the facade. She's like, yo, if I marry him, he's gonna quit everything for me. Why would he do that? Why would he quit just for a female? He's gonna let go of his entire life just for me? I don't want that. Imagine your daughter marries this billionaire. He loves her so much. And after he marries her, he stops everything. He quits her life just for her. He becomes a stay-at-home husband. He gets fat. He loses his charm, his game, his charisma. He loses his company. He loses his wealth. And maybe they have a couple million in reserve, but he says, wife, you control everything. I want you to control all my money, everything. Now the females control complete power. How sad is that, man? If I was a father, I wouldn't want to give my daughter away to some loser that gives her control of everything. She doesn't want that. Females don't want ultimate control. They want, to follow someone, to be guided the right way, a positive masculine outlook, and continually, perpetually working on everything around them and, just being that good masculine role. But she sees right through it. She can see the future at this point. Yep. The moment I give this guy my hand for marriage or whatever, it's over. He's going to be a couch potato. So, and he actually does this later on in the third film with Catwoman. He quits his life and he goes to Italy or whatever. He quits Batman. He quits Bruce Wayne. He quits everything. All for a female, bro. She saw the future. That's crazy. This Rachel chick saw the future. She saw the fucking future. She saw that deep down he's still a beta, Bruce Wayne. That's crazy, man. That is sad. I just realized that he is a beta. But all right, let's not go there yet. So he's also treating her like a celebrity. He stops everything that he's doing. He treats her like a celebrity, and she treats him like a fan. She's like, Bruce, she's giving him advice about blah, blah, blah. It's not what you do. It's this and that. Bullshit. He's being that rock. She's being that masculine role. A woman doesn't want to play a masculine role. She wants to be led by the masculine, right? Their emotions don't want to co-equal. They want someone that will be steady and unshakable, unbreakable to their emotional waves, and they know inherently they're emotional, so they don't want the same. They want the opposite. They don't want a vulnerable guy, because then they're like, well, if I have a vulnerable guy, I'm just gonna have another me around, and I don't want to have another me around. I want someone that can control me and keep me in place, so I don't go off on some emotional fucking, I don't know, name some dumb emotional shit females do. Carrying on, and this is kind of the end of the whole intersexual dynamics part, because we jump straight to the end of the film where she finds out he's Batman because he gives her that line. He says the line she told him earlier. I have it written down right here. It's what you do that defines you. He tells her that, and she's like, oh, you're Bruce? And then he jumps off a building and wins the day and wins the battle for Gotham. And he comes back, and she finds out he's Batman. And then she tries selling him the Blue Pill Dream. They're in the Burntown Mansion at this point. And she's like, you know what? He is a badass. He was this crime fighter. He saved the city. He saved the world. Whatever. I'll settle down with him. Although I know what's coming. She tried to sell him the Blue Pill Dream and settle down with him. But she said, once you quit Batman. Once you quit Batman, we can be together. So what is she? What is she doing there? She is a dream killer. Think about it. From the very beginning, his whole life was lacking identity. He went through this whole journey to become this badass. His dreams were fulfilled because he chased it. He was chasing the burden of performance, and he finally accepted it as Batman. That's his dream. That's what he's always wanted to do. Always wanted to be Batman. and it brings him happiness, it brings him joy. And she says, you know what, you like me so much, you want to, I know you're gonna quit everything, but you'll have me not now, only when you leave your Batman persona, kill your dream. That's in book 1, right? Dream killers. So she's kind of giving him an ultimatum, either me or Batman. Is it book 1? I don't see it here. Dream kill, yeah, book 1. Unplugging, page 98. Yeah, she's giving him the ultimatum. Yo, do you want to be Batman? You can be, but we won't be together. Otherwise, I'm gonna find someone else. Do we know why? Not really. Maybe because if he's Batman, he holds frame or something. Maybe she's insecure of that. Regardless, she's making him quit his lifelong dream and goal. Again, which he did end up doing in the third film. But all right, we'll leave that for the third film. But yeah, this movie was wasn't, it was fucking awesome, man. As an adult rewatching it back, you're like, damn, it's actually aged really good. I saw the other Batman film the other day, the new one, and that one was good too. But the red pill just wasn't there for that movie. I mean, maybe for Catwoman, but that'll be like a 5-minute film. I mean, 5-minute video if I review that. So I'm probably not gonna do that one because it's just so cut and dry. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys want me to do any other movie reviews for my channel. As of right now, for me, like being a new like live streamer, I guess, / YouTuber guy, I'm seeing that I'm getting more positive analytics for my red pill rants, but I never really wanted to make my red pill rants the focus of this channel. I've always wanted to make it red pill fiction, so I'm gonna double down with red pill fiction because I just that's just been my concept this whole time, and I kind of just want to pursue that all the way and never stop that, at least for this channel, right? So I'm thinking of also doing like shows, like TV shows or anime, but that will be like a really long live stream if I do that. So I might have to break it up into like parts and like episodes. Like for example, I like Attack on Titan, but we know that's fucking long, so we'd have to break it down per episode, and that'd just take forever to do. So that'd be like a whole series. So I'm still gonna try to figure out a ways so we can kind of implement the red pill in fiction. And yeah, so again, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna put this timestamp up later. I'm gonna go to the gym right now, do my treadmill 10k steps, and I'll be rewatching this, and timestamps should be live pretty soon.